Hello there, everyone. Infiniti here. It is a gorgeous Sunday here in Northern California. Last time I checked, it said 70. 70? Oh my gosh. Clear skies. Beautiful weather. Such a teaser for spring. I am in regular leggings and a tank top. We're playing fetch. We do this even in the cold winter rain, but here we go. Their favorite things to do besides play and wrestle each other is fetch. Usually she's the one fetching. He just supervises and helps her find balls. She loses them, can't find them. He's really good at finding them and he's very diligent about it. Excuse me. You guys want to go for a walk? Let's go for a walk. Come on. Let's go for a walk. We'll take just one ball and we'll go for a walk, okay? Come on, let's go for a walk. Let's go, come on. I hope you're having a fantastic day, weekend so far. I hope it's been very uplifting and light-filled for you. And I wanted to share something that has come through over the last day or two. It's a very interesting download. So usually on my 3 TVs in the house, I have playing this. I've shared it on my Facebook page. It's a mantra, and I believe it's Hindi. That is oh, it's a squirrel. Is this a squirrel? Yeah. You guys found a squirrel? And they go from tree to tree to tree. He goes way more crazy about it than she does. So funny. And some squirrels like to tease the dogs. Some squirrels are just like, get me the heck away from them as soon as possible. It's really funny. I've seen it all. So anyway, it's a really interesting download that I got. Oh, you can't get through the fence anymore, can you? He left his ball. He's really serious about this. Chacho, come get your ball. Chacho, come get your ball, Bubba. Come on. Come get your ball. Your ball's by the gate. Your ball's by the gate, Bubba. It's down here. Your ball. Get your ball. Get your ball. There you go. Ball. Get your ball, Bubs. Oh, he's way into that squirrel. Let's go this way, you guys. Let's go for a walk. Come on. She dropped her ball. So anyway, oh, it's so nice out. I had to go in and change. I was wearing my usual winter getup with my thick, cozy blanket pants and my boots and 2 pairs of socks, and I was like dying. I lasted 5 minutes. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing out here in these clothes. I felt fine inside, and then we came outside. I'm like, I have to get out of the sun, and that's ridiculous. I don't want to get out of the sun. I want more sun. So I had to go inside and put some leggings on and sneakers on instead of the boots and the thick pants. My winter uniform, basically. Because it gets cold up here. Low 30s. Hasn't gone to the 20s that I know of, but low 30s. Very rainy, very wet. The grass started growing in autumn. And it's just continued to grow through winter. It's really interesting. I've never seen anything like it before. There wasn't anywhere near the amount of grass that is like everywhere now. When I moved here in June and through the summer, it was dry, it was brown. And it's just green, mossy green grass. All of these are summer, wildflowers and weeds and stuff, but the grass is all brand new and green. Oh, nature, look at that big old patch of grass. It's everywhere. I mean, I was just like, what? So stoked. I love grass. Grass, especially this soft, silky grass. Absolutely love it. Feels so good to walk on if you can and lay on. There's the bear path over here. They always obsess over it. You can really see the path now that there's so much grass. Okay, so anyway, back to the topic at hand. So I usually listen to this, I think it's like a 6-hour video, 5 or 6 hour video. I have it on all my TVs, and it's just this Ganesha mantra. It's really soothing and beautiful and wonderful vibes, and it's about abundance and clearing obstacles and receiving and healing and connecting to divinity and all this good stuff. So, I mean, I can't understand it, but that's what I understand of it through the translations and stuff and what just comes through about it. So anyway, it's just something to have in the background. I'll listen to podcasts or watch podcasts when I'm not doing things that I can't do that with, and then have that in the background. Or just whatever different frequency music I'm being guided to put on. So it could be either, but over the last month, it's been really consistent with this Ganesha video from YouTube. And I'll put the link in the description. But anyway, what's up, guys? What are you smelling? Tracking something. I'm sure it's either bear or deer, most likely. Hey, you forgot about that. You forgot about that. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. But over the last week, get these oaks with these big old bunches of I don't even know what those are, but they're green. It's kind of like a bush, really bush-like. The oaks that I'm used to in Southern California do not have that. So it's interesting. I don't know what that is. Seriously, beautiful day. So anyway, over the last week, I've been guided to, I think it started with this, it was this live winter jazz, and I'll put this in the description as well. It's like a live winter jazz, cozy music thing. And it just kind of goes on, and it's piano. Where did they go? Did he take his ball? Yeah, they'll see something or get a scent of something and they will take off. I had to put nets on the gates so he wouldn't go through the gates. Anyway. So then I started listening to that all the time on all the TVs the last week. And then other things are popping up on my YouTube that are piano related. Like kids in school concerts playing piano has 10 million views. what else? Concerts at Kennedy Center. Just different types of piano stuff, just kind of across the spectrum. And I mean, I do, and I've always liked piano, but it's not something that I usually listen to, you know what I mean? Or jazz for that matter. Easy listening, wintry jazz, whatever. I see them. I see him anyway. There she is. Hi! You're back! You're back! I saw her and now I don't. Cora! Oh, she went that way for some reason. Cora! Have fun? Good run? Good run, Bubba? Yeah? Good boy. There she is. Hi! Where'd you go? Silly goblin. Silly goblin. Silly goblin. What happened to your ball, Chacho? Yeah. Dropped your ball, huh? See all this grass? Look at this. Started over here, just this little patch. I was like, what? This got bigger and bigger and bigger, and pretty soon, grass everywhere. Huh? I love it so much. Yeah, you guys are running, huh? So, you know, I've enjoyed the piano. It's been fun to watch these videos of these young people playing piano, just being so amazing. And when I was 9 years old, we went to Colombia, where I was born. And that's where I met, well, I had met my grandfather, my mother's father and my grandfather, when I was very little. But that's when we went to Colombia, and we ended up staying there for 6 months. And he's the parapsychologist that I did astral travel with, and remote viewing, and worked with a pendulum, and did all this hypnosis stuff. And yeah, so he was really an integral part of me. Oh, they're in the muddiest pond. You guys getting dirty. Look at you all getting wet and dirty, mister. Look at you. You're starting to get wet more often now. She teaching you how fun water is? Yeah, she loves her water, that's for sure. Look at you. So anyway, when I was down in Colombia, one of my uncles, I think it was my uncle, could be a cousin, I don't know. Family was in abundance. Sorry to keep track. But they had a piano in the house. They were a pretty affluent family. You know, they had money. They had very nice houses, very nice amenities and such in Colombia. And beautiful babies. Look at those babies, how cute. Yeah, go get clean in the pond. That's a good idea. That's ideal. That's ideal. So one of them was like, I don't know, he was playing piano. I don't remember how it started, but I remember that he just showed me how to play piano. And I learned like, I think around 5 or 6 songs, something like that. It wasn't as much as 10, but it was more than like 2 or 3. I learned around 5 or 6 songs. And just by memory and sight, like he showed me the music to try to learn that. And I was just like, it made my brain like twist. I could not handle it. It was hard for me to it just could not. Like, I think music looks really pretty, but it's a language that I'm not meant to read. So, So yeah, he taught me piano. And I remember there was this one night where he was like, hey, look at what she can do. And he got people around to show them. Like, he was like, play this. And I remember my mom was like shocked, and my grandmother was like, oh my God, because they didn't really know that I had been doing that. But I really enjoyed it, and I had a lot of fun with it, and I hoped that I could continue with lessons when we got back home, but my parents really didn't have money for that. So and that's pretty much the beginning and the end of me and piano. And then, other than just liking piano, listening to it, here and there, but sometimes it's, depending on the music, it can be kind of too sharp for me, with the frequency or the tone. It's hard to describe. Some piano I find really, really soothing, and some piano I find quite grating, actually. Just really depends, and it could be just what's overall what I'm processing energetically. But anyway, so I started thinking, like, it started coming to me a couple days ago, like, this is weird that, like, I've been getting all this piano stuff and listening to piano and having this live channel of piano playing on all the, the TVs all day long. And when it used to be Ganesha, it used to be just like regular frequency music, whatever the frequency might be. And I just started thinking about, like, what's up with that? Like, that's really interesting. And I wonder why and what's going on with that, and why all of a sudden that's a thing. And just started just wondering, and not even actually asking questions, just more like these questions more were like coming to me because they just all of a sudden started, popping up. And I was like, yeah, that is weird. Like, why is that? Like, I hadn't really given it much thought. It was just so organic and just kind of evolved. And every morning, instead of clicking the Ganesha or clicking some other frequency, like, I have a ton of playlists and videos that I've saved that I like to listen to all day long in the background through the different TVs. Sometimes they all play the same thing. Sometimes each room has something different on. But I just have been doing it, and I've enjoyed it. I enjoy listening to that music. It's been very enjoyable and very soothing and felt really, really good. And so these questions started coming up, and I started thinking about them, and he's patiently waiting for me to play. She just goes, I'm playing with sticks. He's like, we're supposed to be playing with balls. So here's the kicker. All of a sudden, after thinking all these questions and wondering all these things for about 10 minutes, all of a sudden it popped into my head. Piano has 88 keys. And then I thought of the Lion's Gate on 8/8. And then I was like, that sounds right. I go, is that right? Do pianos have 88 keys? I think they do. So I Googled it, and of course, yes, they do. And I just thought that was very, very interesting. I was like, this is fascinating. So, because in case you've missed my live, I did a live for the full moon, and I talked about how it's connected to the Lion's Gate of 8/8 and all of that jazz. And come on, guys, let's go for a walk. Instead of walking in circles here. Ah! Scares me when she has a little stick. She doesn't care. She runs that thing right into me. She's got a lot of them everywhere. Yeah, there's one right now. There's another one she's chomping on. Good boy. That's a good boy. Okay, come on, guys. Let's go for a walk. So then I was just pondering that and how interesting and fascinating that all is. And this whole 88 key thing. And then Gaia started coming through, and she says, basically, every instrument is made of nature, whether it's metal, strings, wood, skins of animals, everything that every instrument of music is of nature and resonates with connecting to nature. And so this is why music feels so good, because it's natural, it is nature, it's the elements of nature. And I don't know about you, but I never really thought about that, you know. And then I started thinking, like, okay, what about like electronic stuff, you know, like an electronic keyboard, electronic guitar, you know, things like this. And she said, yeah, same thing. It's all of nature. Everything that is created upon Gaia is from her. She has to sustain it in some way, create the components to create, like plastic doesn't grow from the ground, but whatever the components are, whatever that people who are also her creation that she sustains, and whatever the elements are, water, air, rock, you know, whatever that it is, earth, you know, fire, that is used to create whatever by the people, or in some cases animals that are creating things, but we're specifically kind of talking about people here, you know, is of nature. So she's showing me like computers, and we've already had this discussion about electronics and nature and how technology is of nature, and she'd like us to think of technology as like the fifth element, because if she didn't have a part in creating it and sustaining it, it wouldn't exist. And she fully supports technology, but anyway, that's the message that started coming through, like I think around 2 years ago, because a lot of us incarnates, we tend to get frustrated and reject technology or working with it any more than we have to, or avoid it and get frustrated with it. And she made it very clear that we are to work with it, see it as something very progressive and magical, and that it helps us to connect, like what I'm doing right now, or what I do when I'm in my lives, or when I connect with anybody all over the world and do healing. Technology is used for all of that, and we meet through technology now. That's how so many of us get connected. So anyway, this has been a thing, and it really changed and helped me, and the people whoever heard that message were had a real change of mindset, a change of energies, just a change of heart. Lost the dogs again. A real change of heart when it comes to oh, they're over there. When it comes to how we feel about, perceive, and engage with technology. Be more open, more forgiving of mishaps, and controlling our frequency and our energy more, so we can be less disruptive to technology, because it very much mirrors our energetic signature. We can make technology do all sorts of wacky things through our energy field. I have done it many times. And anyway, so we've had that discussion, but this was more about just kind of taking that scope to a different level, really thinking about first off the music thing, the piano thing. And she said that there are, because of the different octaves and the tones and the frequencies of each individual key, and the piano was invented in 1880, another double 8. So the 88 key piano was invented in 1880. Like, you can't make this shit up, right? There she is. You can't make it up. And I was like, when I read that, I'm like, good Lord, seriously? And then, you know, each key has a frequency, is a note and an octave and a frequency. And there's something about these frequencies that are really specific and special for us and our ascension, our recalibration, just like when we think of healing frequencies, healing energies, you know, and the way that those can be created, that just the simple non-electronic piano, depending on the music that's being played, the keys and whatever, you know, combination or order that they're played in. Oh, they're back in this. What is with you guys in the mud? We're just going in circles here with this. You're going to go back into the pond and get get clean. Yes, you're going to go back into the pond. Go on, get back into the pond. Silly bean. Cora. Going to go back to the pond. So, I find this all extremely fascinating. I'm not sure what else we're supposed to do with this right now, other than the messages are listen to piano music. It is resonating, and just find piano music on YouTube or Spotify, or listen to different videos of piano that you're guided to, that there's light codes and activations that are going on through the music. If you're a piano player or if you have a piano that you like playing around on, that is something that you can go babies. That is something that you can definitely do and see how that feels for you, along with singing, if you like to sing or if you're compelled to sing. But there's something very specific about what is happening with piano music. And if you've been listening to piano music when you don't normally over the last week or so, let me know in the comments. I'm really interested because it just kind of happened with me, and then all these messages and connections started coming through for me to look into. And I also encourage you to, you know, look up the frequencies of piano keys and just look at that list, look at those numbers. It's very, very cool to look at these combinations of numbers. There's a lot of doubles, a lot of sequential numbers in these numbers, and there's something a lot deeper there, a lot more magical and mystical and spiritual and scientific as well. So take some time to think about that. If this resonates with you, please start listening to piano music. And this is it for now. Thank you so much for being here, for taking this little trip around the property with Macho Chacho, Cora, and I'm going to continue to play with them, do some more fetch. And then I'm going to do a few more things before I get ready for a bath. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope it's beautiful, it's weather. I hope you're surrounded by the most amazing beings on the planet, and that you believe in magic and miracles. And I will see you soon. Sending love and infinite blessings. Until next time, everybody. Bye for now.